We kind of, see her. She does ministry work. I believe it's under the name of 5MT. And I'm telling you, I have her here with me today to discuss her story. As you can see on the title, it says, "Do we all get bullied?" This is something that I wanted to really find out about herself, especially that she goes on, she ministers the word of God, she tours around, she sings. She's a phenomenal person. So I'm here to introduce to you today, SEPELATV. Hello.
Hello, Jess.
I'm so happy to have you on the platform.
It's a blessing, it's a privilege. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Honestly, it's a privilege having you. I'm actually surprised, especially, when we were speaking earlier before and we were discussing, and you were kind of explaining your story. And the story was obviously to do with a bit of touching on, the title, as it says, "Do we all get bullied?" Now, I'm sure most people watch you on YouTube, and they're a bit like, her. How can she, go through that? How is it possible that she's gone through that? So, start off, like, when did your story start?
Okay, so it all basically started when I was in secondary school, mid-year, year 9.
Yeah.
And at that stage, as we all know, those that live in the UK, we're getting prepared to go into doing our GCSEs and getting ready to leave school. The teachers are preparing us to get into that mindset. So if you guys don't mind, I will look down, and if I look down, I'm just looking down at my notes. So it all started in secondary school, and the process is in which in year 9, significant things happened in my life. To begin with, it was teachers just advising us, the type of friends you have, be careful, because they may become a distraction. This is a time where you need to focus. Same at home as well, because we would have birthday parties and friends will come over, and my parents and my family would be like, be careful with these type of friends. There's good friends that you need that will carry you far in life, and there's friends that will hold you back. So just be careful.
So just to quickly touch on that, obviously you were given the advice of, friends and companies. Did you say at that time you had any like bad friends or any bad influence?
I wouldn't say I had bad friends, but they were definitely a bad influence. At that stage, at that age, children are exposed to new things that you wouldn't discuss at home. It could be about the opposite sex, it could be about games, it could be about videos, music, all the types of things that you wouldn't really discuss with mum or dad. You'd be definitely discussing it at secondary school, and at that age it was me being exposed to a new world of things. So it wasn't necessarily having a negative effect on me, because I was strong-minded. I'm still strong-minded, but it's just maybe those that were weak-minded were easily led astray, if anything.
So you were touching on, a lot of significant things happened. Your parents were telling you something, and I believe that, you did go to a conference.
Yes.
So, share a bit about what happened, like, at this conference. What exactly was happening then?
Well, at the conference, it was just a general conference of where all the churches will gather together, and it was a church conference. And there was a guest speaker. The guest speaker, he wasn't black, he was actually a white guest speaker. And he was talking, I felt as if he was a youth pastor, because I'm not too sure, it was a very long time ago. And his message, I felt, was directed towards the youth, because it was, I felt the message was personally for me. And then so every point he'd make, I'll be like, oh my gosh, I can relate. So it came to the point where he was closing his message, and he asked everyone to close their eyes. And for me, I got scared, because I know when pastors ask, close your eyes, it's either you got to raise up your hand,
trust me,
or you got to go to the front.
Literally.
So I was like, I'm not doing none of that. I'll do it in my heart. God, you're seeing me. I'm all well. So he's like, okay, if you're going through this, if you feel like this is going on or this is happening, come to the front. First time I said, me, I'm not going to the front for no one. I don't care if everyone's eyes is closed, I'm not going. Second time, again, I said no. Third time, I thought, do you know what? I've got nothing to lose. Everyone's eyes is closed. Let me go to the front. So I went to the front. So to my surprise, a lot of other youth also came to the front. And I think it was actually a call for people to give their life to Christ, funnily enough. But I didn't see it as that. I just saw it as me dedicating and making a commitment to give my life to Christ at that point in time. So, yeah, that's what I did then. And he laid his hands on everyone that was there as well. and surprisingly people were falling, people were crying, people were shouting. He touched me, nothing really happened. And as I was walking back to my seat, all of a sudden out of nowhere I started to cry. So I'm crying and I'm seeing other parents, their children are crying, the parents are asking each other, why is our children crying like this? I'm asking myself the same question. So I just assumed maybe it was, as we say in Christian colloquialism, it was the Holy Spirit that touched us. I didn't really get an answer that day. I decided to, you know, cut the bad friends that I felt that had a bad influence on me off. And obviously I told myself it will be hard because they're amazing individuals, they're funny, we get along, we can talk. But yeah, so that's what I decided to do when I gave my life to Christ at that conference.
So, you gave your life to Christ?
Yes.
Now, I believe there's this element of carrying the cross. So, you know, straight after that, you know, you did speak about it. So straight after that, you know, what happened? I got told things went a little bit downhill.
Yeah, it went left.
Yeah, you know, what happened?
A lot of the time when we give our life to Christ, we believe or feel that life becomes easier. Okay, I'm going to cut this friend off, my life will become easier. I'm not going to get distracted anymore. These things won't happen. But however, I started to realize that things became clearer, as in the bad things that were happening in my life became clearer to me. So things that I wouldn't notice before, I began to notice. Obviously because of the type of person I was, funny, bubbly, friendly, that typical black bubbly kid. I just took everything as a joke, and I thought, you know, why should I take life so seriously when I'm so young? So and also at that point nothing significant happened to me. Then year 10 came and there was this one girl, she was a year older than me, she was in the year above. And it happened to be that when I'm in my either English or maths class, I'm not too sure, she'd be in another class nearby. When we'd finish, we would come out at the same time and she'd see me. I didn't realize she had any problem with me. It's just someone that you see generally in class or at school. One time after class, I was leaving to go to my next lesson, and she happened to come out of her class and she was behind me. I'd look back, and then what would happen is she'd make funny comments.
Really?
She would make funny comments. I didn't know it was directed towards me. Second week it happened, but I'd look back and she'd look me in my eye and she'd say, "You're ugly." Third week came, same thing again. But this time around I thought, okay, I'm not going to look stupid, I need to reply back. So she said, "You're ugly." I said, "Hey, you're ugly too."
Oh my goodness.
And I walked away. But it actually hurt because what she didn't just end there. She took it onto social media, and at the time on Facebook they'd make posts. So who's better looking than this person, who's better looking than that person, people would vote. So she put a picture of me, she took it from my Facebook and she put it on there. She put it with a nicer looking girl, and obviously the nicer looking girl, because she was more popular, she would get more votes.
What happened then? Because obviously in year 9 you had friends, you had slowly cut them off. Now you're in year 10. What happened? Do you feel like you're already losing popularity and then your life is just getting even worse?
To be honest, to some extent, yeah. But at the same time, I'm a person, it takes a lot to get to me. So it didn't get to me. I knew that I'd wake up, I'm going to school, I'm not going to make friends, to be honest. I'm going to get an education and my life will continue after secondary school.
How were you able to be this strong-minded?
I don't know. I must tell you, I actually don't know. I feel like the word of God, as I said, like the word of God that I was hearing, because words are seeds. And because I heard more positive words in my life, it was able to like strengthen me when negative words will come to attack. If anything, that's the only reason I could like logically give. So
so during this time, did you feel like your relationship with God had dipped a little bit because of your friends, because of being cut? You know, you're sometimes young and you're new, you're inexperienced to Christ. They may say carry your cross, but you know when you're young, you're not expecting it to be really so bad soon, to be so soon as well. So did that affect the relationship you had?
Yeah, definitely. I would think that God was non-existent at times as well.
Really?
I think that what did I do? Like, what did I actually do? Let me know what I did, God, since you talked to me, since I'm trying to get to know you, so I can fix what I did and all of this stuff can stop happening. At that time, I didn't realize that the bad things we go to actually teach us lessons and would come in handy in the future. But that's pretty much what I could say.
So with the bullying, how long did it continue and how did it actually stop?
In year 10, there was
Yeah.
2 guys. Eventually, the girl moved on. She left school, and in year 10, there was 2 guys that I was friends with, and they randomly also decided to pick on me.
Yeah.
They would make comments. I think it was in my English class. I remember this very vividly. They'd make comments about my hair or something like that. They would just pick something that was funny. And as I said, I was a bubbly person, so I just take it as a joke.
Yeah.
So they actually, I had a certain type of hairstyle. I don't know what it was. Every week, to be honest, I'd have a different hairstyle. They decided to make a slogan out of it. Gucci, Gucci extensions.
Oh my God.
So, and the funny thing, because they were Africans, they would make a rhythm out of it. So it was like Gucci, Gucci X. Don't laugh. Are you laughing? So this is how I do it. I would laugh it off. But the thing is, it came consistent. It was every week. And the Gucci, I think, came from me being Congolese. They thought, okay, she likes her designer. She's Congolese and she always has her hair done. So let's give it a Gucci extensions type of slogan.
That's not nice.
It's not nice.
That's not
at
nice.
that age as well.
So at that age, did you laugh about this song?
Laughed it. I laughed it off. First time, second time. Third time I thought, am I a victim?
Oh God.
I'm not a victim.
Did you have moments where you go home and you would probably cry or something?
Do you know, I would go home.
How would your parents deal with it as well?
I don't think I'd go home. I think what I'd do, because sometimes I'd go to like the toilets before the lesson and be like, I question whether I should go to the lesson or not. I thought, let me go to the lesson late, because I know at this time they're sitting down, they're settling in, and at this time is where they're gonna like shout it out. So I thought, let me go to lesson late, so it would have, like, when the class is quiet, they can't shout it out. So little stuff like that, I'd calculate, and it was just so long. It was just so. But yeah.
So you were dealing like that for nearly the whole year of year 10?
No, to be honest, it was till like halfway through. And then that's why I thought, I can't do this for the rest of the year because it's getting serious.
It's true.
I'm going to have to tell someone.
Okay.
Someone that I feel like could help. I didn't feel like the teacher could help because she was quite, you could just tell her like, just shut up. So we went to someone more responsible.
So when you went to the responsible, like, who was that person actually?
It was the head of year.
Okay.
The head of year, actually, I just explained to her what I explained to you.
Yeah.
And I told her how I felt about it. Because obviously I was laughing as I was explaining it. But when it came to how I felt about it, she understood it was quite deep. And she said, I'm going to do something about it. You wait here. I'll get the boys, talk to them. And then that's what she said. I thought she would just talk to them and that would be it. But she actually gathered us all together. And she explained to them what I said. She's like, you see how you're making her feel? It's not nice. I think you guys should stop. From today onwards, I don't want to hear this happening again. And I was just like, yeah, tell them. And then from then, that's how it ended.
So I know that you love to do sports as well.
Yeah.
Sorry to go it sounds a little bit off topic,
It's
but
fine.
especially speaking of that age of year 9, year 10, and having been bullied, where did it stem from? Because I know you do sports, so I remember asking, why did you start sports?
Yes. Yeah, as I forgot to mention, I was generally chubby back in the days. I was quite endowed on my cheeks, wherever it may be. So I actually decided to go into sports to lose weight.
Okay.
As well as make friends, because you make friends when you find a common ground. So I thought, okay, it's 2 for the price of 1. So yeah, my reason to start in basketball, which is the sport I play, in year 7 is because I wanted to lose weight. And it worked out for me very, very well. I grew to love it because I wasn't just losing weight, but I was also becoming very talented at it.
Okay.
And I was getting noticed for my how serious I took it. So yeah, that was my reason.
So with having been obviously this is a delicate topic of speaking of the weight.
Yeah.
Did that affect your friendship that time as well when you were in year 7 or secondary, primary school?
Funnily enough, the friends that I had accepted me for being fat.
Oh.
And I'm still friends with them till today.
Okay.
So I feel like they're genuine friends. But the type of person I got along with everyone.
Okay.
They were just my closer friends that at lunchtime we'll spend time together, break time we'll spend time together, we'll talk to each other about things and stuff like that. But generally I knew everyone knew me, we got along, there was no problem with anyone. I've never had an issue with anyone, and that was pretty much, especially to do with weight. No one ever got onto me or cussed me or abused me because of my weight, because it wasn't generally that bad because I was naturally tall, so the fat was spread out, if anything. Yeah.
So as you were growing up, obviously it was about your appearance that people that really took a toll on you. So now I'm seeing you are confident as ever, and everything I'm telling you are so confident. You dress well, you look well, makeup's always on fleek, hair's always on fleek. How were you able to now get yourself to this place of confidence? I know we read the word, but was there extra things you did
I think I don't know. I think it was prom for me.
Okay.
I never used to wear makeup before prom. I still don't generally do. But when it came prom, because with prom you have to exaggerate.
Yes.
And that's the point where, because I got to dress up, I was like, this day everyone will see the weight loss I have. It'll pay off. And it did. I got best dressed. I had an amazing dress, my hair was done, I had makeup done. I looked completely different from how I would look. And everyone even the 2 guys that were getting onto me, they were like, wow, you look amazing. Everything just switched. And from then onwards, I didn't think maybe it was the makeup, maybe it was the fact that I lost weight, but it's got to do with your confidence.
Yes.
Even without the makeup, even without the dress, if my confidence was not there, it wouldn't really work out, would it?
It's true. So you said, like, you know, generally you were naturally a strong-minded child.
Yeah.
Do you feel like part of that was implemented from home because of the parents you had? Because I believe, you know, you were brought to a conference by your parents, right?
Yes.
So do you feel like that was the reason why you were able to be strong-minded, be able to...
Yeah, definitely. I feel like as the scripture says, you know, train up your child in the way that they should go and they will not depart from it. That definitely worked out for me. In terms of whether it's discipline, whether it's the way we carry ourselves, whether it's the way, you know, the things we decide to do in life, it definitely starts from home, but it also is very much influenced by how we live outside the house. Because I would spend most of my time outside the house because I'll be at school or after school club or basketball.
Yeah.
So those things affected me more than how I was affected at home. But I was rooted from home.
Okay.
So my personality was definitely rooted from home.
So you basically had a closer relationship with your parents. You were able to speak to them.
Yes.
So even when the bullying was happening, you know, because you didn't really speak about
No.
your parents getting involved
That's
with that.
true. That's true.
So kind of like, why didn't you allow that to...
Wow. I think it's I'm a firstborn.
Yeah.
I think that's got to do, that plays a big part. You carry a natural weight on yourself.
Okay.
That you just don't want, I don't want to tell my parents because I feel like I will stress them more and they've got a lot to deal with already. I feel like that's what I went through at that point in time. And because it was a school situation, the teachers get paid to deal with those type of situations. I don't feel like, because I'm my first born from my family, they're probably not aware of how best to deal with the situation. They'll probably come to the school and do the same thing I did, tell the teacher and get the teachers to sort it out. So I thought, let me save them from that trouble and do it myself. If the teachers cannot sort it out, I would then take it to my parents and see if they can do something about it.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So, wow. You seem to have been very mature, especially like at your age, you know, to have that mindset and to just be like, no, I'm gonna just get this done. But now, speaking of it, have you ever, you know, with your friends and, you know, over time growing up, even now at your age, like, you know, speak about now. Yeah. Do you have any bad influence or any, like, anyone that you say, okay, they've taken me off the rails and I've had to drag myself up? Have you had, you know? No, funnily enough, not really, because when I come across people, they tend to respect the type of person I am. I'm straightforward. Okay. I'll tell you, I believe in this, I don't do this, I don't do that from the get-go. Or from the conversation we have, you can tell that I carry myself a certain way or I do certain things and I don't do certain things. Some people are cheeky enough to be like, oh, do you want to come out to do this? Do you want to do this? Do you want to... And as we're mature adults, a simple no goes a long way. If they're insistent, persistent, another no, another no, another no, until they get the message. But there's no one that's actually taken me off track and I wasn't able to find myself back. But if anything, if there has been, I would say that it was a minor distraction, but it has taught me a lot. But yeah, that's what I would say. Okay. So if you don't mind me asking, can you give an example of these minor distractions that happen? An example could be, let me think. Oh my gosh, okay. Put you in the spot. You did. Okay, something that my mum always says. My mum always says, I know Sapphire, you're beautiful. Your friends, I'm sure they probably all have boyfriends. Me at my age, my friends all had boyfriends. How, like, are you sure it's not a distraction? Are you sure you're not feeling, you know, to go and get yourself a boyfriend as well? And usually, like, because she knows me anyway, she just says it just to see where I am in life at that moment in time. But for me, it's not really a big case to have someone there at this moment in time, because I've always been driven to get my education done first. However, I have seen people that are potential beings and I've spoken to them and they've told me where they want to go. I'm just like, okay, this sounds good. We've, you know, gone certain places, but I haven't really
it didn't really work out the way we intended it to, which is how life is. Life is about trial and error. So I would say those are minor distractions. Usually the opposite gender, finding you such an amazing person, you don't have nobody by your side. Why? And I'm just like, can't I be amazing alone?
It's true.
But yeah,
that's a good topic to touch on, actually. That's a good topic, because I know as a minister of 5MT, I'm very sure you get this conversation, you know. You've come from a place of being bullied, and you know, now let me touch on being bullied, and then let me touch on now.
Okay.
So when you were back then, did you have that issue of, you know, because at that age, let's not lie, especially in this day and age, year 9, year 10, everyone is trying to get a boyfriend.
That's true.
Everyone is trying to get somebody. Did you have that issue when you were going through bullying? Did you ever feel did that make you insecure about that, or did you ever think, did it cross your mind?
Funnily enough, it did.
It did.
We had conversation with my friends, the wrong friends, and yeah, they'll be like, oh my gosh, like that boy got her like a nice necklace, expensive necklace for Valentine's Day. Nobody wanted to be in school Valentine's Day if you don't have a boyfriend or if you don't have a girlfriend. So like periods of that, like time when it would come across like that type of season, it would get a bit risky, because it's just like, oh my gosh, who did anyone ask you out? And I'll be like, I'll either lie or I'll be like, no, and so what?
Did that ever like affect you when you went home? Because you're seeing, I'm sure you see on Facebook at that time, Facebook was popping. I don't know if they like put like their pictures on Facebook.
We had BBM. It would be on BBM.
Okay.
Yeah, it'd be on BBM. Yeah, people put their pictures there, their slogans there and whatnot, and put the little love heart. I'll be like, wow, let me put. Do you know what I used to do? I used to put JC and a love heart. Do you know what it standard for? Jesus Christ. And no one ever knew. So I just thought, yeah, he's called JC. I'm not giving you no name. Don't worry. But yeah, that was the love of my life at the time.
Oh, bless you. But to actually have been that strong at that age, and to see everyone's trying to, you know, get someone and all these things, but you were still adamant of keeping, okay, let me not think about this too much. Now, we're coming into this now. I'm very sure your mum still asks you. I don't know where your position. I'm not going to really go deep into it. But do you still feel that pressure, you know, of finding someone? And and obviously now the bullying has stopped and everything. But do you still feel that pressure now?
No. However, my mum does drop hints.
Okay.
Like, she knows the type of person I am. She knows I'm not in a rush. She knows I'm doing my education, trying to finish my education, and then that will come after. She's very respectful of that. She knows that there's no rush. Exactly. There's too many people out there to rush into anything like that, especially because it's a lifelong commitment. But I don't feel pressured at all, because my family are very supportive, very understanding, and that's why I find myself being very supportive and being very understanding as well.
That's very good. So in terms of somebody that's actually gone through some bullying, you know, what advice would you give them? And especially within that period now where they feel like they're bullied, and even at the age that probably we're both at, we're in our 20s. So what would you say to them?
I would advise you, if you are in that situation or you can relate, there are people out there that are willing to hear what you're going through. Don't be afraid to share your message, and don't be scared, because you might feel like, yes, there are some people that potentially can use it against you, but at least you can say you tried. Speak to someone, open up, because the more you bottle in, the more you keep in, the day you explode, it can be very, very dangerous, not just towards you but towards those that love you and those that are around you. So I would encourage you to open up and speak up about it, if anything.
And of course you were part of, I believe, what's called, is it cyberbullying or social bullying? You know, social bullying, especially especially when you're now put up. And obviously I remember when I was in secondary school, you know, there was a lot of people that were getting put up. It was actually so sad. There was so many people getting put up, getting bullied about their hair, their size. I remember in school there was a particular girl, she used to dye her hair red, and obviously she was quite big in weight. And literally all the girls would just get onto her, and it was so sad.
It was bad.
So, you know, anyone that's going through bullying, like, their pictures on everyone's social media, you know, because it's easy to be like, okay, do this, but what about those who have it everywhere consistently? What can you tell them as well?
I would advise you that it's a season, it will pass. Please don't make drastic decisions over something that's short term. It will pass. We will grow out of it. We will forget it. Trust me, I believe so. I've not just personally, but with everything that happens, even stars like celebrities, they get exposed. They move on with their life. There's only so much you can do. So you always have people that love you, that are around you, that will always appreciate you for the person you are. So no matter what flaw or that people pick up on and expose, there's always a side to you that people will love and appreciate. So just remember that. Consistently tell yourself that no matter what happens, no matter what is out there, I'm loved, and people that love me are more important than those that are against me.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So literally, like, you know, you've actually opened up, and I'm so thankful. So I wanted to kind of, you know a little bit about, you know, now. We obviously know you as the minister of 5MT, so you know, I think I might, you know, share a little clip.
Okay.
Share a little clip of yourself and what you've been doing.
Okay.
In terms of that, actually. So, but in that time, you know, explain to us, what is 5MT for those that actually don't know?
Yes.
Because that's what you're doing now, and I believe because of your walk with God, this is what helped you to overcome in terms of, you know, bullying.
Yeah. So 5MT is a ministry in which I was inspired through a vision that I should speak about the end times. When you think of 5 minutes, you think of, okay, I don't have much time left. 5 minutes is a very short time, a very quick time. And with end time messages, Christ is coming back soon. We believe that Christ is coming back soon. So whether it's vlogs, music videos, teachings, testimonies, it's all got to do with the love of Christ.
Yes.
There's always a little message, whether it's subliminal, whether it's open, there's always a message about the coming back of Christ or the love of Christ, because the love of Christ is very, very important. So that's basically it. So there's different types of platforms: music, drama, testimonies, on the YouTube platform.
Well, right now we're about to share what she's been doing, and we're gonna come back after this little short clip.
Guys, my name is Cindy, and I think you should subscribe to 5MT.
Let go. Where am I? Where am I? See, every day of my life I keep on blessing you all the time.
Well, as you can see, that is actually quite amazing. A short clip, but a lot said in there. Of course, you've seen where we should be posting up another picture at the end of this, so you can join and add her. But just to, you know, that's, you know, to just touch back on this, that's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. And for you to have the courage, especially at your age, there's not many of us who are out there doing this and who are actually bold enough to do it. Because a lot of the time, I think now going back to when you were in year 9, when, you know, you were going to go to the front, there's that sense of, you know, shyness and trying to run away. And now you're a minister, so, you know, how are you able to still keep that consistency? Of course, God's there, but I believe there's moments in our Christian journey where we have to self-encourage.
Yes.
Where is, you know,
that self-encouragement, where is it? It's an everyday thing, because not everyone agrees with what you do, not everyone agrees with what you believe. However, what I found funny is that when I'm at my like deepest moments or darkest moments, I would say God sends someone to encourage me. Like, they'll be like, oh my gosh, your work is so amazing, I've just recently watched your video, I've been touched, I've been inspired. And I'm like, wait, because when I first started this channel, I said, God, even if it's just one person that you bless, I'm fine with it. And usually that one person is me. I'll watch about my videos and I'll be like, oh my gosh, this message is so powerful, it's so nice, it's so relatable. So I'm just content with that. But when another person goes out of their way to message you, to reach out to you, and it's just like, wow, let's say those people are not there, what will encourage me? It'll be myself. Because I know that, okay, look at where you've come from, look at where you are now. How did you do it? How did you get there? Just keep it going. You're going far. You didn't imagine yourself getting to here, so imagine how far you've got to go. And that will just boost me and keep me going. That's
such a good advice to give to yourself, especially like, you know, starting a ministry, and then the day and age we're in, not everyone, like you said, not everyone believes in that. So it's such a good thing that you keep it consistent, you keep it growing. You know, so you know, explain a little bit more about the vision now, where you're gonna take 5MT.
Wow. Okay, 5MT. Wow, it's a thing where I want to get a lot of youth involved. I want to encourage people to speak up. I'm very vocal when it's needed. And I feel like a lot of youth don't get the voice. Like, as you know, we're here on accompanied by Jess. It's another platform where we have the voice to speak upon matters that are not spoken about every day or not spoken about at home. So 5MT is another platform where the youth can speak upon their situations that relate to their faith, because I believe that my faith drives me and has allowed me to become the person I have become today. And not many people know that. They just know, oh, Sapphire, yeah, she's loving, she's caring. They don't know that it's actually Christ has made me the person that I am today. And through becoming the person that I am today, I believe many other people can also do it, because people are getting to become, you know, to find somebody like Christ. And it's been given on this platform. So I want to do it on all platforms, whether it's voices, people singing in different languages, Bible studies, teachings, guest speakers, events. There's so much installed for you guys, and if you guys just follow our social networks, you guys can stay informed with everything. And yeah, that's what I can say for now, but there's a lot more installed for you guys, because it's not for me, it's for you guys.
Well, thank you so much. You've been absolutely amazing, and it's been so good to kind of, you know, discover this about you and discover where you've come from. So thank you so much for having, you know, for coming on this platform accompanied by Jess. I'm very sure your story has blessed someone that is watching. Thank you so much for once again, you know, attending to Accompanied by Jess. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your support. Of course, as you already know, we would love to hear your story. We would love to hear more about yourself. Just as, you know, we've had a guest today, Sapphire. I believe that you also, by sharing your story, you will help somebody else out there who's in need and who wants to be helped just the same way. If you do have a story, please do email me at accompaniedbyjess@gmail.com. I will be happy to help and happy to answer. Of course, we are here to protect. Of course, we're here to give out your story, but we're also here to protect you and to also inspire you. So thank you so much. We'll be back again Friday, 5 p.m. on the same platform. Take care.
Guys, my name is Cindy, and I think you should subscribe to 5MT.
Let go. Where am I? Where am I?